This Slow Terran Shaman is actually doing really strong in the current meta, and you can be hitting even top legend if you know how to play it. It looks pretty similar to the Fizzle Infinity Shaman from not too long ago, and it's actually close to the same if we gotta be completely honest, but we are having a few different cards in here, so it's definitely worth a check. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, a like and a subscribe would really help. And don't forget you can hire for some Hearthstone coaching. And also don't forget I have a new Raid Shadow Legends YouTube channel, and I do have a giveaway for tomorrow, where you could get 1 hour coaching from me for Raid, as well as $20 from the in-game shop, so definitely give it a check. Now, let's get into the video.
You are not prepared!
Here's the variant I used, and yes, it has plenty of the still good Terran cards, like all of them, mostly, but we also have quite a few interesting, cool control tools, like in the likes of Dirty Rats, as well as Grifta, and also Incendious. We have a couple of lock-ons in here, they're obviously gonna help you launch starships a lot easier, and you're also going to be able to handle big men if you actually manage to pull something huge with the Dirty Rat. So it's a nice little safety net. A couple of pop-up books are as strong as ever, giving you a couple of 0-1 beast taunts, with which you actually don't have any of the 4/5s nor the trusty companions, so it's not so important, but still getting a couple of extra taunts as well as 2 damage on a stick, definitely pretty decent in this meta. Couple of SCVs, obvious no-brainers, couple of Thrall's Gifts. You could be aggressive with this if the opponent is not careful and leaves you with a lot of tokens on the board. You will often use this as a Hex, and Lightning Storm is also no stranger to you. Couple of Cactus Cutters. You don't have really expensive spells in here. The most expensive thing would be Liftoff, so if you play this on 5, you are guaranteed you will be able to play it, but obviously if you pull a Thrall's Gift out of it, you're not going to be happy to use that. And in the end of the day, it's not so important for you to pull off the plus extra and taunt, so don't go out of your way wasting good spells. Couple of Dirty Rats. You could be using this even as soon as turn 3 if you have a good lock-on and another minion to attack with. And you could have some absolutely massive pulls like this, like I managed to pull a Turbulus for the opponent. You could pull off a Celestial or a Titan and manage to kill it off with the help of lock-on, that kind of stuff. So it's also especially strong against things like Grunter Hunter and Zerg Hunter, because if you pull off their 1/1s from their hand before they buffed it out of proportion, it will slow them down tremendously. You could even use this against the weapon rogue, like if you see them playing a turn 1 dig for treasure and they get themselves the coin and the pirate, turn 2 you just play Dirty Rat and they're not gonna have a way to make their big weapon into a bigger weapon, so that can be a pretty poor experience for the opponent, but we're all into that. Couple of Missile Pods as strong as ever, pretty strong stuff, especially if you manage to fit in the triple evolve starship piece out of your random starports or from your liftoffs and stuff like that. And don't forget, your first starship is gonna launch in the order in which your starship pieces have died. So do make sure to actually kill off the evolve starship piece first if you have access to it, and then try to be killing off your missile pod, and vice versa. If you're against the opponent, try to kill their missile pod first and then their evolver, because that way they will not have the chance to get 1 damage AoE with Poisonous, which would be absolutely huge. The silly thing about the starships launching in that order is they actually launch randomly from Jim Raynor. Do correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand is the first launch is gonna go in the order in which your idiots have died, and the Jim Raynor goes absolutely random. Like, there's no strategy behind the second one. That's what I have been noticing, at least. So keep that in mind. So even if you actually got the bad order on your first starship, like you got the missile pod 1 damage AoE first and then the evolver, you actually do have the chance of getting the good one from the Jim Raynor later. We also have a couple of Nido Rock Totems, very nice to sack your deck, get yourself some armor, and also this thing is basically a taunt for the opponent, so they're gonna want to kill it. Couple of starports, so you can put down more starship pieces, so you can fish out the Terran stuff from your deck and also get yourself starship pieces. Fizzle, still pretty strong, like still getting yourself a second Jim Raynor would be absolutely game-breaking for most opponents, so that's your main target. Everything else is kind of gravy, like obviously a lot of your other cards would be pretty massive with second copies too, but Jim Raynor is by far the MVP here. Couple Arcanite Defense Crystals, so you have a lot more defense going for you. Just don't forget, if the opponent actually silences this thing, your starship piece is not going to be a starship piece anymore, so it's not going to go into your starship. Obviously, you're also not going to get the armor, and same goes for all of your other starship pieces. Like, if they get transformed or silenced, they're not going to be going into the ship, which is kind of sucky, but that's how the cookie crumbles. We also have Grifta in here, pretty decent. You could be stealing the opponent's stuff, you could be stealing the opponent's starship piece, so you can actually build something unique that way. You obviously could be using it for all sorts of different things, just don't forget you're also giving the opponent the lesser variant of the Grifted Treasure. Sometimes it's actually pretty bad to give them some stuff as well, so if you're not getting anything good yourself, at least make sure you're not giving anything useful for the opponent as well. We also have Galganev. Yes, he is going to be rotating soon. He's not super essential for the deck, but he is clearly making the deck better. Just the free damage AoE plus healing is absolutely broken, and also being able to play this guy on turn 6 and play a 0-mana liftoff, that's also real huge. So that's another thing you could be thinking about. Like, if you're on turn 5 and you have liftoff, as well as another decent play, maybe just play the other decent play that turn, so you can actually do a turn 6 Galganev 0-mana liftoff for free, basically. It's gonna be a lot better for you that way. The 20 damage is also pretty strong against certain opponents, but don't forget you don't have any overload cards in here. You're still gonna use that option, just for the sake of maybe you're gonna be able to attack with this guy in 3 turns, but just don't expect to get anything out of it, is what I'm trying to say. Incendious, pretty decent. A lot of extra removal randomly that way, especially if you pull off a shutter block before that. That way you're gonna shuffle yourself 15 eruptions instead of 5, and if this thing sticks for a while, it's gonna become a lot more troublesome for the opponent, but you don't usually expect it to stick more than 1 turn, so your eruptions will be doing 2 damage AoE. Shutter block, if you manage to pull this guy off, if the opponent is not tempoing you too much, it would be a great tempo play on turn 6, and the best follow-up would be a Jim Raynor. Just summoning free starships could be absolutely broken, and don't forget, the starships actually do damage the opponent, since it's actually triggering the battle cry, so it's no longer Shutterblock's battle cry, it's the launch cry of the Jim Raynor starship. So if you actually manage to build some damaging starship with 2 damage AoE, with 5 damage to a random enemy, doing that 3 times usually means the opponent goes bye-bye. So that would be a nice little way for you to close out the game sooner than you're supposed to. You're not necessarily going to be playing this guy on turn 7, you could also just save the 1 mana shutter block for later for some flexibility. So the first shutter block, you're not super fussed about using an actual good triple battle cry. You could just be playing it just because the opponent gave you a little bit of a weaker turn, so you can actually play this 6 mana 5/5 do nothing for you currently. So if the opponent does the mistake of actually dropping the gas pedal against you, you just play this guy. You can play a mediocre battle cry like a Cactus Cutter even for a follow-up, or heck, even an SCV. And then you're still gonna have the option of a 1 mana shutter block for later to pull off the big Jim Raynor again. Jim, like I said, Jim is absolutely huge. You want to be using shutter block for him, you want to be using fizzle for him, and also don't forget the hero power you're getting is gonna give attack to all of your starship pieces and your starships, as well as your SCVs and all other Terran minions you might have. So don't sleep on the fact both with you and against you, Jim Raynor could be basically a mini bloodlust for you. If the opponent's not careful, if you actually are on the board with a bunch of 2/1 starships, you can just click that hero power and double up your damage basically. And last we have the Ceaseless Expanse. This is an amazing control tool, again an amazing thing to get with fizzle. And also an amazing thing for you to actually pull off sneaky lethals this way. Like if you get yourself 0 mana Ceaseless and then follow up with Jim, everything is going face. In that case, everything is going face because you cleared the board, and Jim is gonna start blasting with 5 damage, 2 damage, 1 damage straight up to the opponent's face, and that's usually GG. All around the deck is pretty mid-rangey. You have control tools, you have tempo tools, so the opponent definitely needs to be on their toes against you. You want to be launching medium-sized starships in most cases, so you actually have some nice things to get back from Jim. Just don't forget, if you get unlucky with the summon a couple of 2/2s out of your starship piece, that would actually be kind of troublesome for you if you're planning on doing a Jim Raynor with the help of Shutter Block, because that's basically gonna lock out your board with a bunch of 2/2s, so that would not be ideal for you. Matchup-wise, we're gonna have to look at a similar deck. This one runs Bob, and you're not gonna be doing too great against Terran Warrior, it seems. Dungar Druid ain't your friend, Grunter Hunter could be a problem, but all around the rest look pretty doable. And as for the mulligan, here's what the stats are showing. You want to be looking for your good starship pieces with SCV, Starport, Liftoff. Needle Rock Totem's pretty decent. The Missile Pod is okay. Arcanite Defense Crystal, a little bit on the mediocre side if you ask me. Fairy Tail could be an okay thing to hold on to, but I'd rather get the other stuff first. As for on the coin, again, much of the same stuff, so the mulligan is not exactly rocket science. It's more of a starship science because you're looking for all the starship pieces. All around the deck is not too expensive, it's not too cheap, it's not that hard to play well, so you should be doing some pretty good stuff with it. I'm not sure if this is the optimal deck for you if you're a Diamond 5 to Legend, but in Top Legend I have been seeing a lot more of this one because it has a lot more of control tools and stuff like that. So the deck is a little bit more skill testing and a little bit less high rolly, but if you know what you're doing with this one, you should also not be having any troubles hitting easy Legend. Hope you enjoyed the guide, now let's check out some of the games on my road to top 100 Legend with it. Hope you enjoy. You guys have been milking it for way too long. None of those, thank you. Kinda weird this guy does not run Turbulus still, but... yeah, I mean, I guess we don't need Turbulus here. Yeah, I'm not keeping any of these, am I? Not even close. Bit better with the starport and the liftoff. Bit better, bit better. Nothing an STV would make better though. Nope. God knows I ain't quite a dirty rat, I can tell you that much here, yeah? I'm gonna start blasting with the starport.
Ready for dust off.
Okay, a couple of taunty boys. Yeah. In this day and age, in this economy. Really? Yeah, I'm not very happy about that. That could help. Lightning Storm on a stick. It's gonna take a while though. George and Zormu. Alrighty, George. Let's see what you got. I could actually Dirty Rat and lock on these nuts. Yeah, let's lock on these nuts. No Turbulus for you. Say it ain't so, step bro. Say it ain't so. Well, what do you know? No Turbo Sack for him. Sucks to be him, I guess. He's probably feeling so unlucky that was not the 8-8, but we had a plan. We were ready for that ass. I'm assuming he's gonna save his cheese for a turn. He's just gonna go with some frog action. And he's gonna go with the cheese next turn, so he has me on the ropes for a potential Thrall's Gifticle. I assume. The shitty part about that is Galganeth is not gonna be that hot for me. Oh shit, he does not have it? Let's fucking go. That's perfect. Perfection. Just do this then. I'm not even gonna attack that frog. Let's just let him sit there. He's probably gonna be forced to do some silly trades like both his one attacks first, so that he has more room for his cheese and shit. I mean, a couple of ones, maybe a free. It's gonna leak 1 damage that way. Sure. Living life frogless. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. I do need to respect that. Only summoning a couple of idiots, not my cup of tea. Problem is Lightning Storm this turn denies me Galganething the turn after, so we're definitely not super cash money about this.
What would my brother counsel?
I am not super cash money about that, but I'm gonna have to do it. Alternatively, I could get Giga Lucky pulling myself a freaking missile pod out of that. You gotta believe, guys. You gotta believe. There you fucking go. All you gotta do is believe, dudes. After all, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you believe? Look at how good that thing was.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Wasn't that marvelous? Wasn't that glorious? After all, why wouldn't we do such a thing? We were pretty likely to get there. Not pretty likely, we had 2 SCVs, Lock On, Liftoff, and Jimmy Boy, but odds were somewhat in our favor. Now we're in Bay. As long as we believe in the heart of the cards, guys. We should be seeing some big-ass cheese out of him right now. He was thinking about popping up, or maybe locking on. Some of that popping and locking. There's his sticky cheese, gets lucky with a rusher. But I'm still smiling. We are still smiling, I do believe. Because I'm gonna be able to lock on the 4-5 and still free damage AoE the hell out of him. Such wondrous power. Sure. Oh, sure. Perfection.
Of the seas.
We are living the good life now. 4 starship pieces over there. Gain 7 armor. Decent, decent. Alright. It is what it is. I don't have any overload cards in this one, correct? Not a speck of them. He is setting me up. Good news, I have armor on that thing. Liftoff would have been jolly good show right about now. The 5 damage is gonna happen first, so maybe I poop off first. Let me see what's behind door number 2. SCV is good enough for me. Can actually do it. Let's launch that ass. Good amount of damage in the moof. Maybe it wasn't worth wasting the frogs though. Probably wasn't. That's about it. Let's see what he has in store. Lightning Storm would be a bitch. Launching that ass doesn't do much.
In the rear with the gear.
Shutter block. That's not super cash money for me right about now. It's not like I even have anything to scream at. Let's just go ahead and do this.
Ready for dust off.
Swarm the lightning. A little bit of this thing, a whole lot of that thing. Got myself the taunty boys, that should be annoying for him. That Amber. That's acceptable. Could just get this into the mix. But I don't need it right now, do I? I mean, I'd still rather do it though. Sheep chasing music, perhaps. Dude has seen better days. Buttons on the bottom right, buddy. Always has been. The bottomest of right buttons. It's a nice little board you got there. I think I'll wipe it. Let's just go ahead and wipe the floor with him. And it was at this point he knew. He fucked up. He done goofed. He done goofed. Can even get this thing in. A little bit of that thing in. Whole lot of this thing in. Whole lot of that thing in. And that is how the cookie crumbles, my guy. Shoulda played around it. Guess he could get himself a gem, but he's barely done anything with that. Just a 1-3 in there, innit? Sucks to be that guy. Ceaseless Expanse would have helped him cease to exist. Alas, he did not want to see such tomfoolery committed to his body. Top 100, one more. For those who still haven't heard, I got myself a new Raid Shadow Legends channel, and I'm doing my best to give you guys very, very high quality videos. Honestly, more high quality than the ones I've been putting out for Hearthstone for quite a while now. But yeah, there's a lot to learn in this game, and if you're willing to learn it, you might have a lot of fun time in it. So you might actually try and check out my super beginner friendly tips about this game if you really want to learn how you can get the most out of it. It is really fun. I've been playing it for over a year and a half now, and I have been enjoying the shit out of it. So if you guys ever thought of maybe giving it a try, honestly, I think you should. The game really is a lot better than some people pretend it ain't. It is very, very enjoyable, even if you don't spend money in there. Everybody's making memes and jokes about how Raid is pay to win, and trust me, it can be pay to win if you let it, but you can definitely enjoy the game to its fullest as a free to play. Liftoff, let's foreskin go. I do have Dirty Rat against this guy, so that might help. It also might helpn't. Fuzzle. Fuzzle my nuzzle. This is not the most fuzzy hand I've seen. I have seen fuzzier hands, guys. I can tell you that much, yeah. Engine screaming. Let's keep on doing this.
Ready for dust off.
In the rear with the gear. You run out of a ring.
smart but not satisfying? I don't know, man. It really comes down to how you want to play the game. For me, the game has so deep strategy right now, it's not even funny. Sometimes it is getting a little bit too complex from time to time, but it's definitely worth checking out if you ask me.
Auto turret engage. Operational.
Can't even steal this right now, which is kind of shit, but it is what it is. I could launch this ass. I think I actually will, because that's gonna be a lot of damage. A whole lot of damage. It's gonna be a tenor to the mouth. It's also gonna evolve nicely. Can't say no to that. He should not be able to reach this super easily, even though he does have 4/4/1/1s. So probably he will, but let's see. That last nerf patch? Which one, Kaz? Okay, that's a damn shame. He's gonna have a lot of idiots to rush me down with. But good news, he don't heal. Basically gym rain or waiting room kind of deal with this shutter block. Should be able to close it. Not playing Fairy Tail? Why would we? Didn't you like what we did there? Zeh. '98. Let's foreskin go. Last game and we have 105 viewers. It's fake Calento again. Fake Lento. This Dirty Rat might actually be worth against this guy, because he's gonna try and buff his hand nice and big, and I'm just gonna pull it as a single idiot. Arcanite Defense Crystal. Could be crazy enough to work. A little bit on the heavy side, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Is it always good to keep tempo up against Zerg decks? I mean, you always want to be keeping tempo against anybody. You just want to curve out is what you want to do. You want to be curving out. After all, your starport is one of the best things you could have, so why wouldn't we do such a thing? That is the real Calento? Okay, because there's also a fake Calento going around, and I have been facing him as well. Okay, I'm gonna pull that. Believe me when I say I'm gonna pull that. Thanks, man. Dicks. 'Tis the real one. We already played against him last time. We ate shit, if I remember correctly. I think it's time we feed some shit. Not that bad. Not very happy though. Acceptable is what it is. Okay, if I get a poopy book out of this, that'd be kind of neat. But if I don't, it's not gonna be so neat. How many spells do I even have? 1, 2, 3, 4, so slight chance. Sedge. Well, Lightning Storm ought to do it next turn. What? Why not? I'm still gonna kill one of these. I don't know. Don't feel like not doing it. The real Calento. Okay, would be a damn shame if something were to happen to those. Damn shame indeed. Still 820 damage there though. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Let's not snipe that ass. Why am I hiding my rank, by the way? Let's just do this for now. Got some of them a free draw, but it is what it is.
My collection is ever growing.
Fuck was that? Get a random minion of the spell's cost, set its cost to 0. Funny. I guess he could do something broken like a char. Yeah. It's a shameful rank is what it is. There we go. We're already under 100, so now I can show it, guys. Proceeds to unzip. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Tears. Prepare your body. Prepare your body. I'm gonna do a little quick quest swap after this one. Trade a little quest action, you know? Ain't nothing wrong with that. We gotta get that XP somehow, you hear? That XP ain't gonna get itself. Oh, for sure, for sure.
This guy's toast.
Alright, there we go. Master, thank you very much for the prime, Master Q. How do I even read that, man? Master Kyugi? Is that it? Am I nailing it? Did I hit the nail in the head? Oh, that's perfect. It's perfect, dude. It's perfection is what it is. Let's see if Ice Trap is gonna ruin my day. The fuck it is. Master Kyugi, nailed it. Thank you very much for the prime, my guy. Which reminds me, we don't have 45 subscribers today. We had 1. There we go. Okay. Come on, baby, come on. Oh, that's you, Master? Happy to have you, dude. Awesome. Real happy to have you here. Real nice. This is my Hearthstone stream. I do the raid stuff over at the YouTube only. But yeah, happy to have you here as well, man. Glad to finally hear from you in a different front. Happy to have you. Yeah. Hearthstone is not enough for me anymore. Hasn't been for quite a while. Gotta keep that raid action going. Yeah. Hearthstone doesn't scratch that itch anymore for me. I gotta get bigger, harder nails for raids and Hearthstone together now. What am I even trying to say? What is this guy even having over there? A bait and switch or something? Like, why else would he not do such a thing? Don't have much on the star shit. Feel like it might even be a freezing trap for all we know. Probably not.
What would my brother counsel?
Just try and do this. Sure. Sure.
Patience has reached its limit.
Ready to plunder.
Okay. Oh, you also slapped some Hearthstone action? That's cool, that's cool. Some of that Battlegrounds bullshit. Nothing wrong with that. I also gave it a try back in my day when it first came out. It was fun, but I couldn't keep up with both games at that time. Now I can keep with 2 games and more. So, we're doing that now. Yeah. Oh, you have 2 accounts too, damn. Okay, okay. Oh, man. I wonder what his game plan is at this point. Like, he doesn't have too much damage left in him. Like, what does he do as soon as I launch this thing? For real, for real. I don't have enough mana to do that right now. I'd rather just plop both of these idiots out.
Rear with the gear.
Next turn I can literally launch twice, maybe if some of these die. I don't even need these to die, realistically speaking, but I'm just a little bit greedy right now, aren't I? Okay, I guess he's gonna try his luck with some of that Zerg nonsense, but I don't think that's gonna get him through the finish line, is it? I have 4 damage AoE if I launch the Starship and Jimmy Boy. I could even do it like this. Let's see, what's this still? That's kind of cute now that I said it. But no, I'd still rather just launch that ass. Go with some of that Jimbo action.
Let's make it count.
And he should be well on his way, fuckingly.
Liberate.
There we go. Looks good enough to me, if you ask me.
That is enough.
Pile 1 Kyugi. Good stuff, good stuff. Alrighty, Tears. My body is prepared. Is yours. Is there echo in the game now? Yep, there is. I don't even know then. Against the Hunter. Okay, this Dirty Rat is gonna be pretty good against the Hunter, I can tell you that much, yeah. We're gonna ruin his whole career. So yeah, let me just get this thing back. In that case, whatever.
In the rear with the gear.
Perfect. I think I'll take it. Thanks. Well, for those ranks, all the decks that are working from Diamond to Legend are gonna work for you as well. Wait, some kind of Discover bullshit?
Lush wilds and clear skies. This could be our home.
I could dirty deck him again. I do have the lock on these nuts, so that should be fine. Oh no! Oh yeah! -1. Another lock on. Could take a snap at that. Nothing better presents itself. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick dick pic. Don't mind me. Just taking a pic of my junk. That's a big one, that's what she said. But was it true what she said? Jimmy boy. Say dick cheese. Or whatever the hell Fizzle says. Something along those lines, roughly. How's it going, Danny? Welcome. Yeah, exactly. Should have played around it. Oh man. Already have 3 pisses. Evolve after 1 damage AoE would be nice. Alrighty then, let's see how that go. Get a load of them apples, Chief. Fun fact, I can do it again. What? That was weird. Could have swore the 1 damage was after the evolve. Well, let's see if the random one works better than that. Please give me rush poison, damn it. Fascinating behavior. Pretty sure the first one was supposed to do the evolve before the 1 damage. Please, this one's a taunt. Wait, what? He didn't even attack? Did he misclick or something? That was weird. That was a weird... Oh well, all around good run. We could not complain too much now, could we? Thanks again for being here, guys. Really appreciate you. Don't forget you can check out my new raid channel, Fresh Out the Oven. And if you haven't played the game before, you can go ahead and do so by checking out my Tips for Beginner Part 1 video.